So we're doing this group project in English today, and I was like put in a group of 3 white boys, and like at one point I kind of just like sat and looked around and like asked myself, do any of them realize I'm the only person of color in this group?
I mean, I would notice I'm the only Asian in the room.
Yeah, but like, do you think they notice though? I mean, it's not like white people are like the only minorities in spaces like these.
Maybe. I never used to notice it when I was younger.
You know, I wondered if I would be treated differently if I were white.
Maybe if people would acknowledge my accomplishments based off of my hard work and not my race.
Maybe people will stop yelling "ni hao" to me on the streets.
Maybe if people would stop assuming that my parents own a Chinese restaurant.
I'm
my
Korean.
Parents work at Sprint. I mean, I have noticed that I act differently in front of white people and Asian people. Like, I act more Asian around Asian people and more white around white people.
Yeah. I've noticed myself for being too judgmental of other Asian people for, I don't know, being too Asian.
It sounds worse when I say it out loud. Actually, there was this one time I was Black Friday shopping with my friends.
What? You never want to go shopping with me?
Well, one of them was white, her name was Ella. And Grace and I were like, let's take a picture. And we were like, yeah, let's take a picture. But then, and I remember this so clearly because I was so mad about it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times where I've wanted to say something or couldn't or didn't.
And she goes, I only want to take a picture with Ella so people know that I have white friends.
There it is.
By the way, I never wanted to go shopping with you because I don't like shopping anyway. They like dragged me there.
Amy, you should have said something.
What about not wanting to go shopping? I told them that.
I mean, like, I get that it's hard to confront people that you're close to, but I don't know, I feel like we should do our best to educate when we can.
I know, but I didn't want them to think like, oh, Amy thinks she's so much smarter and so much more socially aware than us that she can tell us how to act.
True, like, I guess it's not our responsibility to educate all the time, like, in everybody, but like, yeah, it can get exhausting.
But necessary. Like, I don't think that to this day she's realized that wanting to show people that she has white friends is problematic. I feel like I should have helped her realize her internalized racism. Like, maybe not right then and there, but sometime.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people of color probably feel that way, actually. Like, having more white friends make them more popular, like, cooler or whatever. But, like, white isn't a standard that we should all be striving for, you know? But, like, that's kind of hard when it's a little, like, institutionalized.
Actually, now that I think of it, I kind of, like, considered myself to be white when I was younger. Okay, not like that, obviously, because I'm not white, but...
Wow, really? Never noticed.
You ain't. I mean, I grew up in a predominantly white area, and there were maybe a couple non-white kids in my school, but all my friends were white, and I never felt different from them. I guess, like, now looking back, though, I felt pretty alienated. Like, look. This is my Girl Scout shirt when I was in the 1st grade.
Wait, you literally haven't changed.
Anyways, I'm the only non-white kid, right?
Yeah, that's not surprising.
And like, but even though I was the only non-white one, I didn't necessarily feel like different from them. It's just, and obviously that's not the case now, but it's just interesting that being othered is the experience to learn.
Yeah, or like, you know, I hated it in elementary school when all the teachers would mix me up with all the other, like, Asian girls. I mean, if it's, like, really that hard to remember names, how come it never happened with the white kids?
Or when they would mispronounce your name, way to make a kid feel like they don't belong.
Yeah. You know, I don't think I had any Asian teachers growing up?
I still don't have Asian teachers. I mean, I've never told anybody this, but back in grade school, there's this kid in my class named Braden Lewis.
He has 2 first names.
And I remember this one time we were standing in the recess line and he, pulled his eyes back like that. And I guess I never noticed what was wrong with it, so I just kind of went with it.
Wait, did anyone else speak up?
Well, my teacher went up to him and explained why it was extremely rude and not okay. But then afterward, she went up to him and told him to apologize to me. And I don't know, I knew that in the moment I didn't know that it was wrong, but she kind of singled me out.
Yeah, it really sucks when people do that thing where they turn around and stare at you. It's like in that moment is when you realize you're different from everybody else, you know?
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that she stood up for me, but I don't know. In that, she kind of made me feel othered and different.
I mean, it's like asking fish to explain what water is, right? Okay, so fish don't realize that they're in water, so if you ask them to explain what water was, they tell you it doesn't exist or that they have no idea what you're talking about. And then if you try to tell fish what water is, they'll be like, what are you talking about? They have no idea what you're talking about. And then, but the land and sky animals though,
They
right?
know what water is because they've experienced it and they've been in it, and if you try to ask them to explain it to you, they'd have no problem.
Yeah, and then sometimes the land and sky animals though, they live close to water. They try to swim in the water. Maybe they try to become more like the fish.
And they want everyone to know that they have fish friends because they think it'll help them swim easier.
Yeah, or maybe they just grew around a ton of fish, and so they just never realize it's harder for them to swim.
Because only the animals that aren't fish know that they're in water.
Yeah, but all we see around us is fish.
And we're also in water.
Yeah, even the 3 white boys from English class, they just don't know it.